My first reading of it would be one of those markers in my life. It opened me up spiritually because it introduced me to the spirituality behind Living City.
The magazine began as an expression of the spirituality of unity of the Focolare, founded by the late Chiara Lubick. It began in the midst of World War II in Trent, Italy. Chiara and her friends committed to live for Jesus' prayer that they may all be one. The practice of using faith values to build bridges became a way of living that has impacted people in all walks of life. The origins of a Focolare periodical can be traced back to as early as 1955, when Chiara Lubick described her vision of a magazine that would keep people connected across distances. Various editions of Focolare magazines were soon launched, and within a few years, Living City opened its doors to reach several English-speaking countries in the world.
It was quite an endeavor.
Living City started 50 years ago. In October of 1967, the first edition of the magazine was printed. It was based from the beginning on a leap of faith that this message of bridge building was needed here in North America.
Living City now publishes 11 issues a year, each offering its readers content that demonstrates unity is possible.
We try to focus on the situations that our readers may encounter in their daily life and always asking in this situation, what can contribute to build unity? What would be an action that generates more love than before?
In the pages of the magazine, readers can find real-life stories that show people's efforts to build bridges wherever they are, in the family or as professionals, during the current events that our society is facing. Contributions also include columns from experts in various fields, pieces meant to be meditated upon, and reader-submitted stories sharing what they experienced when they tried to put a particular gospel message into practice.
Living City magazine, the articles there are practical examples of living the gospel. You know, they're insightful and they're educational. And you imitate them. You know, you say, hey, that was a good idea, I'm going to do the same thing.
Each page is crafted not just as a means to promote unity, but in a way that demonstrates it's possible behind the scenes.
First and foremost, before even our writing or even when we start the day, we are trying to build the relationship that we want to convey in our magazine among ourselves. That is to be the first to love, to remember to love in every moment, to remember that my colleague is a neighbor to be loved.
We might be not a big magazine, but that's not important because we try to encourage our readers to bring this message of Living City, this message of bridge building in their daily lives, so that they themselves can implement it and contribute to a change in society that is needed.
For example, the election cycle last year had an issue on that, and just that mutual dialogue and respecting one another in love as children of God, that was just very helpful.
Its readers and contributors come from a variety of faith, cultural, and political circumstances.
Living City just has a great balance, and to bring to life the gospel message of how we are brothers and sisters.
I look at the letters sometimes and what other people are writing, and I'm thinking to myself, this is different from what it would be like if we were sitting in the same room, but it has the same feel of openness, welcoming, even sometimes of a certain kind of love that sort of exists there in a very subtle kind of a way.
All faith communities benefit from Living City's openness and courage to confront the most important issues that challenge people of faith everywhere. They allow a forum for all perspectives to be represented, and they give us hope that a real city and community of people could live together, respecting everyone as Living City does.
It's clearly faith-based, and that's unmistakable. But it's so practical in a sense. And so anyone from any faith tradition or from no faith tradition could pick up an issue of Living City, and there will be aspects of that that are going to resonate with them.
In Living City, we try to read the circumstances and to look at the situations from the viewpoint of unity, not meant as a uniformity, but a unity that we see diversity as an enrichment.
The results are evident. Readers writing in after finding the courage to reach out beyond their comfort zones, to build unity in their families, neighborhoods, and workplaces.
My dream is that as many people as possible could be touched by the magazine and become builders of a better and more united world.